What is up, everybody? My name is Dane Thompson, and welcome back to another episode of BurnDown. So, on today's episode, I have a really poor idea, and it is dynoing the Maliboom. I haven't run this by my tuner yet, but I want to see if he will let me actually do it. So, this could end poorly, or it could be a lot of fun, but I figure, you know what? For all you guys that don't have access to a dyno, that aren't fortunate enough, and I'm lucky enough to have a really good buddy, and I think that he'll probably let me do it. I'll just explain to you guys what it's like pretty much like taking it's probably pretty much gonna be like taking my own life into my hands. But I got the Maliboom running. We put a back pressure gauge on it, so we're gonna try to spin the turbo up and see where that goes. And then I've got that other gauge underneath so I can monitor fuel pressure before my post filter. That way if it plugs up, which it should, and I got a brand new element on there, we should be good to go. So what I'm gonna do is, we parked it, looks like there's another trailer here, so we'll go around, see what it looks like, see where they're at. I got a couple little things to button up on the car, but we'll hit the rollers at some point. And like I said, I'm hoping he'll let me drive it, and that way if it goes poorly, at least it's my fault. So let's go see what we got going on. And this is also the last dyno before zip tie, so we'll dyno it. If it's running good, next week we can make some test hits, then it's off to the races. Hopefully we can get a W this time. So let's go see how my boys are doing over here. All right, I showed up, the whole gang is here. They're actually working. He has a couple tunes, quite a few things to go through, and then he asked me, he's like, well, you want me just to throw yours on real quick, we can get it done, and then I'll finish up for the last tune. And that was when I broke the news. I said, well, I kind of like to dyno it myself. So he smiled and laughed at me, and he said, I'll be the helper, we're fine, we'll do that. He's like, but you're last. So we'll be here. Maybe I'll show you guys some videos, some other people running on the dyno, depending on who's here shows up, if I can do that. And then we're gonna be last on the list, so it'll probably be late. So I'm just gonna set up cameras, try to capture it, and not screw off talking on here too much when we're dynoing. But we'll see how it goes. I'm pretty excited, pretty nervous. And then I will let you guys know what the experience is actually like to dyno your own car for the first time. So it should be interesting. You guys, all right, let's get over there and we'll check some stuff out.
2 hours later.
I figured we'd give you guys a treat. A nice car. This thing is bad, and I really, really dig these wheels. Sweet Chevelle, they're getting it all tuned up. It's still not 100% complete. Look at that. Big boy stuff. So let's see what kind of power she puts down. Real nice, clean driver. All right, everybody, the Chevelle is done. It made a little over 500. The tire can kick ass. Made a little bit of a mess. We cleaned it up so you guys didn't pick on me, because I may make my own. So we're gonna pull the boom in, get it strapped down, and see how we go. All right, she is all strapped down. Everything should be good to go. But I did change the thermostat, and I don't have the steam ports working. So I'm gonna just crack those to make sure we bled them sufficiently. Not that that's really gonna do anything at this point, but it'll make me feel better, and then we'll get rolling. All right, the car is set, it's ready to rock and roll. We're putting 4 pounds on top of the gate. I think it's like a 7-pound spring. We should be somewhere around 10, 11 pounds boost wise. Timing is pretty conservative. We just want to run it up, make sure it doesn't go lean. Everything is happy. And then we're gonna up the boost. So I'm not gonna mess with the timing until we get the boost kind of ramped up. And then I want to log that back pressure and see how we go. So as soon as we're ready to rock and roll, we'll give it a whirl, see how it goes. Keep your fingers crossed. All right, so here's the moment of truth. This is my support, and we're gonna try to do this. So what do? I hit the button. Yeah, hit
Green button when you right when you do the pull, when you go wide open throttle, and then once you let off, hit the red.
Okay. Green button, red button. Let's try it.
It's simple.
It's probably a terrible idea.
The bar graph go up. Okay, braking. The horizontal one.
Yeah, where's it braking?
Yeah, so the 100. Okay, hit it. All right. And then once you get it up to speed, you go full throttle, hit the green button, and it'll start sampling. And when you let off the gas, hit the red button, it'll stop it, and it'll save the run. And then just don't even worry about the timing. Just worry about your air fuel.
Yeah, I got it. You see this fancy thing?
That's pretty dope. Like that.
This RPM, and then this will flash it. Yeah, red line.
Sick.
Fancy shit. And then here's my, I just want to log to see what this does. So I got back pressure right here. So we'll see how much it comes up. So I'm not worried about that, but alright, let's try one. So it's ready to go, zero braking? So zero is ready, right?
Yeah.
super nerve-wracking. So I finally made a pull and the shift light came on, but the whole time I was watching air fuel and everything, so I'm curious to see what the boost back pressure is though on that, and boost PSI and all that. I didn't look at any of that stuff. So the back pressure gauge I was interested in. So it's 15 to 10 right here. This must be where I let off, right?
No. A little bit further.
Six.
That's 5,700. 5,800.
59.
So that's 17 pounds in the back. To 11.
To 11. So the turbo's technically done. Alright, so the turbo's technically done. We're going to push it a little bit more because that's what we do. But we'll trim out the fuel and see what kind of power we can make. What do we make that time?
530.
Alright, so that's 530 at the wheel. So we got to trim fuel and we can throw some timing at it and see where we can go. But we made 580 before, so I know we can get close to that. So we'll keep trying.
Shut off.
It does. It's still running.
Oh, okay.
What do we get?
600.
600. Alright, now we just need to trim it up so we can keep moving man by one.
Yeah.
We need like 9 more horsepower, right?
That's it.
Thanks.
That means we can go to like 18 pounds.
We need more boost. So we ran a 15-pound pool, and it's at 1-to-1. It's literally 14.9, 15 back pressure at 6 grand when we're shutting it down. Yeah, it's staying good.
Yep, stay. Okay.
Yeah, so we're good on that.
So make that 10.
And what'll that put me at?
It'd be 17 pounds. That's perfect.
All right. Okay. Send it.
We're about to make 630.
What about injector duty cycle?
Oh, we have to look at it.
We're getting way ahead of ourselves. We're like, more
injectors.
boost. Yeah. All right, we'll check in. We'll let you know what we're going to do when we come back.
We don't see any fluctuation in air fuel, so hey.
Yeah, like air fuel's good. Send it.
Later.
All right, we are still here. It is like 1 in the morning. We were doing good. We snuck up. We got to about 600 at the wheel. And then the injectors were giving up the ghost, but we were rich. So we were going to trim a little bit of fuel, see how that went, and then hopefully beat my buddy Boogeyman by like a couple horsepower. And then now all of a sudden it's just reverted to gate. We're not making any boost. So Kike had a solenoid in the drawer. We're thinking the solenoid maybe gave up the ghost. So we're just gonna swap that out and see if it'll make some boost. And if not, I'm gonna tuck my tail and go home and then figure out what my boost problem is if that is not it. I do have a solenoid at home, I just don't have one here, so. Dyno problems, man.
Day 2.
All right, what is up, everybody? It is technically the same day, so it's not really the next day. I'm just gonna say it's the next day considering we were at this thing until 3 this morning on the dyno. Came home, got a few hours of sleep, and then I'm really trying to diagnose this thing. I got a couple weeks till zip tie, but it was just weird. We made like 15 pounds. I went to trim a little fuel. We were just gonna kind of leave it there. The injectors were pretty much done. They were like 90%. I was a little fat, so I figured we could trim it a little bit, maybe throw a little more timing at it and just call it good. And the boost just went away, like done. Like after that one 15-pound pull. So I came home and I was pressure testing it. First I went through the wiring. I mean, I changed like the solenoid. I'll show you, we changed this guy out. I took this sensor from there because I knew it was good, put it in here, double checked the logs. Like this was 100%, it was running. I had the 5-volt reference and then everything in there. So I was like, nothing changed. So I put my apparatus on here and I pressurize it. It builds no pressure, like the whole system. So I'm squirting around all these, checking all my hoses. We checked all this last night. Well, it was making noise. And I don't know if you can see it, but this back edge, it split the intercooler right here on that weld seam, which is crazy because that's only 15 pounds. You figure that thing should be good for way more than that. But we're gonna take this thing out right now. I think my buddy Reed is home, and we'll see if we can get a bead put back on there, and that should be good. Then we should be good to go. So 600 wheel horse. I'll trim the fuel up a little bit. We'll kind of leave it where it's at. So at least I know what it runs with that welded up. As long as we build boost, we're good. I mean, I can pretty much put this back on, pressure test it. If it checks out, we are good to go. So yeah, didn't expect that after a few hits to split the intercooler, which is weird. I thought maybe it rubbed a hole because there's some stuff touching. You know, the install job on this isn't the greatest, but yeah, instead of like a hole, like it actually split the thing. So that, yeah. What if the blow-off valve was working? Maybe not, I don't know. Anyway, at least we found the problem. We know what it is. We will fix it. I just want to give you a mini quick update after the video. That way, you guys knew where it is, or you know where it is. And when next time you see it, you're not like, hey, how did he go from not making stuff to fix? So that's what it is. I'll pull it out. We'll show you guys real quick before we get out of here, and hopefully weld it, booger it back up, and then test it. So then this thing should be ready to go. So next week, hopefully we can make some hits at Irwindale, test the trans brake, kind of ease into this whole deal and see what kind of times we can click off and get ready for zip tie drags. So let's pull this thing out and I'll show you, then we'll be out of here. Just to show you, here's the baby. Booyah. Hello. Yeah. So let's see if we can smack that thing back together, put a bead on her, and hopefully call it good. Make some more boost.